Are you finding your blood sugar spiking even when you're eating right? Here's what they don't tell you about stress and diabetes. When you're constantly stressed, your body is in a state of alarm, and that has a cascade effect on your blood sugar. You're about to learn 7 ways stress messes with your diabetes, some of which might surprise you. In the United States, roughly 65% of adults report experiencing stress on a regular basis. This video is for those who are ready to learn more than the basics about how stress can impact their diabetes. 1. Cortisol's direct impact on blood sugar. When you experience stress, your body's adrenal glands release cortisol, a steroid hormone that orchestrates a complex cascade of physiological changes. This isn't a subtle shift. Cortisol triggers a significant release of glucose from the liver, a process known as gluconeogenesis, ensuring your muscles have ample energy for a perceived threat. In individuals with diabetes, this surge of glucose isn't effectively managed by insulin, leading to persistent hyperglycemia. The liver, under the influence of cortisol, becomes a glucose factory, pumping out sugar even when it's not needed. This chronic elevation of blood sugar, often exceeding 200 milligrams per deciliter, can lead to increased glycosylation of proteins, reflected in elevated A1C levels. Over time, this sustained hyperglycemia damages the endothelial lining of blood vessels, contributing to microvascular and macrovascular complications. It's estimated that roughly 70% of diabetic patients experience significant blood glucose fluctuations due to stress hormones, with some seeing increases of 50 to 100 milligrams per deciliter during stressful episodes. This is why stress management, including techniques like mindfulness and regular exercise, are as crucial as diet and medication in diabetes care. 2. Increased insulin resistance. Stress hormones, particularly cortisol and catecholamines like adrenaline, induce a state of cellular resistance to insulin. This means that even with adequate insulin levels, whether produced by the pancreas or injected, the body's cells struggle to absorb glucose from the bloodstream. Cortisol reduces the expression of glucose transporter type 4, GLUT4, receptors on cell membranes, which are essential for insulin-mediated glucose uptake. Additionally, these hormones promote the breakdown of triglycerides into free fatty acids, which further impair insulin sensitivity. This phenomenon, known as insulin resistance, is a major hurdle for people with type 2 diabetes and can worsen blood sugar control significantly. When you're stressed, your body essentially becomes less efficient at utilizing insulin, requiring higher doses to achieve the same glucose-lowering effect. Studies suggest that stress-related insulin resistance can increase insulin requirements by as much as 20 to 30% in some individuals, leading to a need for higher medication dosages or more frequent injections. This increased insulin demand can also contribute to weight gain, as excess insulin promotes fat storage. 3. Changes in eating habits. Stress can significantly alter eating habits, often leading to choices that exacerbate blood sugar control. Some people experience a surge in appetite, particularly for comfort foods high in carbohydrates and sugars, like pastries, chips, and sweetened beverages. This emotional eating triggers rapid spikes in blood sugar, making it difficult to maintain glycemic control and often leading to postprandial hyperglycemia, where blood sugar levels spike after meals. Others may experience a loss of appetite, leading to erratic eating patterns, skipping meals, or consuming inadequate nutrients, which also disrupt blood sugar levels and can lead to hypoglycemia. About 40% of individuals with diabetes report significant changes in their eating habits when under significant stress, with many reporting fluctuations of 50 to 75 grams of carbohydrates in their daily intake. These fluctuations can make it challenging to adhere to a consistent meal plan, a cornerstone of diabetes management, and can lead to significant variations in blood sugar levels throughout the day. It's important to recognize these stress-induced eating patterns and develop strategies to manage them, such as planning meals in advance and practicing mindful eating. 4. Sleep disruption. Stress often leads to poor sleep, and poor sleep can exacerbate diabetes. The relationship between stress and sleep is bidirectional. Stress disrupts sleep, and poor sleep amplifies stress. Lack of sleep increases cortisol levels, which, as we've discussed, raises blood sugar. Additionally, sleep deprivation disrupts the circadian rhythm, affecting the release of hormones that regulate glucose metabolism. This can impair your body's ability to process glucose efficiently, leading to higher fasting blood sugar levels and increased insulin resistance. It's a double whammy. Stress disrupts sleep, and poor sleep worsens stress and diabetes. Roughly 60% of diabetics report experiencing insomnia or other sleep disturbances. This cycle of stress and poor sleep can create a significant challenge in managing diabetes effectively. Techniques like establishing a consistent sleep schedule, creating a relaxing bedtime routine, and ensuring a dark and quiet sleep environment are essential. 5. Reduced physical activity. When stressed, many people find it difficult to maintain their regular exercise routine. Physical activity is crucial for managing diabetes, as it helps improve insulin sensitivity and lowers blood sugar levels. One stress can lead to fatigue, a lack of motivation, and even physical discomfort, making it harder to stay active. Individuals experiencing high stress levels often report a decrease in both the frequency and intensity of their workouts. It is estimated that 35% of diabetics reduce their physical activity when stressed, with some reducing their weekly exercise time by as much as 50%. This reduction can further worsen blood sugar control, increase the risk of complications, and contribute to weight gain. Incorporating stress-reducing activities like yoga or Tai Chi, which also provide physical benefits, can be a helpful strategy. 6. Impaired decision-making. Stress significantly impairs cognitive function, making it harder to make sound decisions about diabetes management, which requires consistent, precise choices. This includes decisions about medication dosage, dietary choices, and exercise regimens. When you're stressed, the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for rational thought, planning, and decision-making, becomes less effective. Simultaneously, the amygdala, the brain's emotional center, becomes hyperactive. This neurobiological shift results in impulsive choices, forgetfulness, and difficulty concentrating on self-care tasks. You might forget to take your medication, miscalculate insulin doses, make poor food choices due to cravings, or neglect to monitor your blood sugar levels as frequently as needed. The ability to make rational decisions is reduced by roughly 25% during periods of high stress, with some studies showing a decrease in cognitive flexibility and working memory capacity by as much as 40%. This can lead to inconsistencies in your diabetes care, contributing to poor glycemic control and increased risk of complications. Implementing stress management techniques, such as mindfulness meditation or cognitive behavioral therapy, can help improve decision-making abilities and enhance diabetes self-management. Regular practice of these techniques can strengthen the prefrontal cortex and regulate the amygdala, leading to better cognitive function and improved diabetes outcomes. 7. Increased risk of complications. Chronic stress contributes to long-term complications associated with diabetes. Elevated cortisol levels can damage blood vessels, leading to cardiovascular problems, kidney disease, and neuropathy. Stress can also weaken the immune system, making you more susceptible to infections, which can further complicate diabetes management. It is estimated that stress can increase the risk of cardiovascular events in diabetics by approximately 15%. Managing stress is not just about feeling better, it's about protecting your long-term health. Managing stress is a critical component of effective diabetes care. By understanding how stress impacts your blood sugar, you can take steps to mitigate its effects. You might also want to watch this video on advanced diabetes management strategies. Please subscribe to this channel if you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching.